One down, three to go. It's really that simple. The Denver Nuggets, they take care of business tonight with a 104-93 win. 104-93 win over the Miami Heat in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Game 1 of the NBA Finals, it was a spectacular performance, and I'm not going to hold y'all. It's really just business as usual. I think the way that I feel, and maybe this is the way you all feel, I think that the Denver Nuggets definitely happy, right, that they won the game. I'm definitely proud of them for the effort they put forth. We'll talk about the game for sure. But I think the thing is the Nuggets, they just showed tonight that they are just a better team. The Nuggets got up 24 points in the third quarter. They got up 24 points in the third quarter, and they really show that there is a difference between our level and the rest of the NBA's level. Really, this is the same thing. This is the exact same thing the Denver Nuggets did to the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 1. The exact same thing that the Denver Nuggets did to the Phoenix Suns in Round 2. This is the exact same thing that the Denver Nuggets did to the Los Angeles Lakers in Round 3. And they did the same thing to the Miami Heat. When you come into Denver, Colorado, you will go down 20 points at some point in time in the game to open up that series. That's just a fact. That's just the way they play. That's the intensity they have. The Denver Nuggets didn't even shoot well from three tonight. They didn't. It was one of their worst shooting games of the playoffs so far, but it didn't matter because the Denver Nuggets were dominating in the areas that mattered. Y'all, before we get into it, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell the people where you like to get your favorite NBA content, favorite Denver Nuggets content. The Denver Nuggets are 1-0 in the NBA Finals. And I just got to tell y'all, the site, the crowd, the arena, the camera, everything looks spectacular. The Denver Nuggets wore their Mile High City jerseys with the blue on it. The Miami Heat wore their red jerseys. Everything looked great. The aesthetics looked great. And the Nuggets, they came out of the game wanting to make a point. It's really that simple. They wanted to make a point. They wanted to show that even with 9 days off, we are still the clear better team, and we're going to prove it right here and there in front of the world. The whole world now has to sit and witness what we've been watching the entire season. The whole world now has to sit and witness the greatness of Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and it was spectacular. The Denver Nuggets led 29-20 in the first quarter, 29-20 after the first quarter, and you could just tell that defensively they were all over the place. Now, the Miami Heat were missing threes, but the Denver Nuggets only shot 17% from three themselves in the first quarter. So that definitely was a game of shot variance, and I think that the next game is going to be higher scoring. I think before the game, I predicted that the Denver Nuggets would win 117-108. They ended up winning 104-93. Again, if some three-pointers go down for both teams, the score is higher. So, again, I predicted a 9-point win. The Nuggets got an 11-point win. So it was a really spectacular game, man. They had a clear game plan. The Denver Nuggets, when they played against Bam Adebayo previously, they've actually given him opportunities to be a scorer and a shooter. And so today, Bam Adebayo, if you look at the stats, looked like he had a really good game. Today, Bam Adebayo had 26 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. But Bam had 26 points on 25 shots, and he was a -6 in the game. -6. Bam Adebayo was taking mid-range shots left and right. The Nuggets are comfortable with that. They want him to take those shots because that's a part of how you get everybody else out of the offense. Because if Bam Adebayo is hitting those mid-range shots and he's the primary scorer, then literally you're just focusing on this area of the court and it's hit or miss. And if you make him this game, great. But you're probably not going to make that enough to beat the Nuggets in the game. And you're probably not going to make them enough over the course of a series to put the series away. So this was a really good game for the Nuggets. This was the first game of the Denver Nuggets of their playoff finals career for everyone but KCP and Jeff Green. And tonight, Nikola Jokic tonight, 40 minutes, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, 8 of 12 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, 1 block, 1 steal, just 2 turnovers, and he was a plus 14 tonight. Jokic was spectacular. Jokic was spectacular. In the first half, y'all, Joker was playing so well that Joker had 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 10 assists on 3 of 3 field goals. Jokic had 10, 3, and 10. The only players in NBA Finals history to have a 10-point, 10-assist game in the first half is now LeBron James and Nikola Jokic. LeBron James and Nikola Jokic. Jokic spends the first half dominating, doesn't want to score at all. He shoots the ball 3 times. The Nuggets are getting everybody involved in the first half. The score was 59-42 at the end of the first. 59-42 at the end of the first half. The Nuggets had a 129.5 offensive rating in the first half, and they held the Miami Heat to a 95.5 defensive rating, meaning the Miami Heat had a 95.5 offensive rating. It was really just a great show of execution. The Nuggets were running. The Nuggets were getting into their spots. They were getting good looks. They were closing out on the defensive side of the ball. They were making plays all over the place. The Nuggets in the first half had a 129 offensive rating. The Nuggets were 13 of 16 at the rim per cleaning the glass and had held Miami to 6 of 8 at the rim. 13 of 16 at the half from the rim from the Denver Nuggets. They really played a spectacular game. And really it all started with Aaron Gordon, who had 12 points, I believe, in the first quarter. The Nuggets finished shooting 16 of 20 at the rim, by the way, which is 80%. And a lot of that started because of that man, Aaron Gordon, bro. Aaron Gordon in the first quarter had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist on 6 of 8 shooting. And he basically was just getting duck-ins. Duck-ins are when, if you're in transition or in a half court and a bigger player has a smaller player on him and say they're running an action, the player, Aaron Gordon, will literally duck into the paint and like duck underneath the rim. You throw the ball to him and it's a layup or a dunk. And the Nuggets were hunting someone in particular. They were hunting Gabe Vincent. The Denver Nuggets were hunting Gabe Vincent. They absolutely, every single time, and by the way, I said this before the game started. The starting lineup that the Heat came out with tonight was Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, and who else was it? And Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, and Max Strus. And before the game, I said, well, that's exactly what the Lakers tried to do. The Lakers wanted to go small, and they wanted to see if they had an opportunity to use 5 ball handlers, including Bam, to try to make plays and get a lot of actions and get open looks. And you know what? It worked. But it worked on offense to a degree, but it didn't work enough to where they were going to overcome what the Nuggets were doing on the other end, because the Nuggets were just pounding them in the paint. Bam Adebayo was literally existing out of the paint the entire game. The entire game. And the Nuggets had answers for it. They just simply had answers for everything. And because Bam was playing so close to Joker, and because Joker was getting fronted by Bam, he just said, all right, bet. Dump off, dump off, dump off, dump off. 5 assists, 6 assists in the first quarter. Because Bam is playing at the free throw line on Joker because you can't leave him on the middies. And so AG, dump off Gabe Vincent. AG, dump off Gabe Vincent. AG, dump off Caleb Martin. Murray, dump off, dunk Gabe Vincent. Murray, dunk off, dump off, dunk Caleb Martin. And it was repeated. Constantly, they were doing this to the Miami Heat. So if the Heat are going to play that kind of lineup, which I don't know if they have a choice because Kevin Love didn't even play today. I don't think they have a choice but not to play that. Then the Heat are going to play a lot more zone, which they went to today, had some success in the second half, didn't have success in the first half. But the Nuggets also were getting adjusted to it. They were just kind of getting up to speed with what the Miami Heat were doing. And so they did get caught off, not off guard. Let's say the Heat executed well. And then also the Nuggets missed some bunnies. Jokic had a bunny in the mid-range in the second half off the zone. Murray had a bunny he missed. And then they also were getting a lot of penetration because the Heat were doing such a good job of containing them, but they also weren't slashing and getting into their spots like they should. But the Nuggets just start scoring on it. And like I said, the three-point shooting for the Nuggets was abysmal tonight. Tonight, the Nuggets shot 51% from the field on 40 of 79, but they shot 8 of 27 from 3 for 30%. The Heat shot 41% from the field on 39 to 96, and they shot 33% from 3 on 13 to 39. So that shooting regression is probably going to hit for the Nuggets especially. 30% from 3, and they had a bunch of open looks, but so did they. The real story of the game is this. I think the Heat, they shot 38 mid-range shots today. And they shot 37 three-pointers today. Why do I say that? Why is that important? The free throw disparity. The Denver Nuggets shot 16 of 20 at the free throw line. The Heat shot 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Why is that? The Heat didn't attack the rim at all. And if they did, it was Bam Adebayo hitting some floaters, and they were getting wide open back cuts from Jimmy Butler because of Bam passing or all kind of stuff. So a lot of this came down to that the Heat they're not the bigger team. They're not the more physical team. But I've said all this before the series started. They're none of these things. The Nuggets are bigger. They're stronger. They're more physical. They're more dynamic. So Michael Porter Jr. cutting, getting to the basket. Aaron Gordon cutting, getting to the basket. Jamal Murray getting to the basket. Nikola Jokic was getting hammered by Bam and Cody Zeller or whoever was guarding him. He shot 12 free throws today. So that's going to happen. I mean, Joker, tonight he shot only 12 shots tonight, but he was 8 of 12. He had 27 points. And you better believe that if the game calls for it next game, he is going to shoot the ball, have a much higher volume. But he had an excellent game today. He was ripping them apart, 27, 10, and 14 in your first NBA Finals. He's the best player in the world. It's really that simple. Jamal Murray, I argue, is the second best player on the court tonight. Jamal Murray played 44 minutes tonight, a lot of minutes. But he was 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists for Jamal Murray. 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists for Jamal Murray. 11 of 22 from the field, but guess what? He was 9 of 15 from 2 and only 2 of 7 from 3. 2 of 7 from the three-point line. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line with 1 steal, and he was a +9. Jamal Murray was 2 of 7 from the three-point line, and he had 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists. He was amazing today. Jamal Murray was doing everything. He had 18 points in the first half. 18. The two-man game was excellent. His ability to flash and get to a spot to get to the mid-range was excellent. He was getting to the rim. The three-point shots were there, just didn't hit him. So this is what I mean. Jamal Murray was 2-11 from 3. Michael Porter Jr. 2 of 7 from 3. Michael Porter Jr. with 2 of 11 from 3. And we're going to get to him in a minute because that might have been one of the top 3 games I've ever seen from Michael Porter Jr. tonight. But Jamal Murray was excellent. He was incredible. He was everywhere. He did everything. He was all over the place. He was aggressive. He was a great playmaker, great passer. 22 shots today. That's led the team, but that's fine. Like, he shot 50% today, and he missed his threes. If he makes his threes, the game is blown wide open. So great game from him. Played good defense as well. Michael Porter Jr., man, 43 minutes for Michael Porter Jr., 14 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 of 16 from the field, 2 of 11 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 blocks. He was a game-high +20. Michael had 14, 13, and 1 in his first NBA Finals game, and he shot 2 of 11 from 3 and 5 of 16 from the field, and the Nuggets won by 11 points. So once again, man, 2 of 7 from 3 from Murray, 2 of 11 from Michael Porter. Michael Porter is the best three-point shooter in this series, I believe. You got Duncan Robinson in this series. You got Gabe Vincent in this series. Gabe Vincent was 5 of 10 from 3 tonight. You got Strus in this series, but again, I'm taking Michael Porter Jr., 2 of 11. But his defense was incredible. He had 2 blocks in the first half. I think one on Jimmy Butler driving to the basket, blocked it from behind, and then another one from Caleb Martin, swatted it off the backboard. And he was getting put back dunks, offensive rebounds. He was hitting his threes at one point in the first half. Dude, he was lights out tonight. This is one of the best games I've ever seen from him. And Michael Porter Jr. is earning respect on the world stage, rather, the international stage. Man, they were just so on point with their rotation. They were so on point with their connectivity. Now, again, they gave up some easy looks, and Max Strus went 0 of 9 from 3. Duncan Robinson was 1 of 5. So for sure, definitely some shooting variant. But again, they shot better than the Nuggets did. But some of this comes down to the fact that MPJ, man, his length and athleticism and his know-how and his will, they're just elevating the team so much because it just makes it that much more difficult when you're 6'10", small forward, is a plus defender, and he's a plus offensive player. There's almost nothing you can do with that. And he proved it. He had a putback today that was, man, it was one of the best Michael Porter Jr. moments I've ever seen. He was great. So shout out to him. He was wonderful tonight. Aaron Gordon tonight had 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist, 7 to 10 from the field, 0-1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He was a plus 15 tonight. Aaron Gordon had 12 points and 4 rebounds in the first quarter. And he ended, so basically he had, 4 points and 2 rebounds the rest of the game, but the defense on Jimmy Butler was great. Oh, how did Jimmy Butler do, by the way? 38 minutes for Jimmy, 13, 7, and 7 on 6 of 14, 1 of 2, minus 17 for Jimmy Butler. 13, 7, and 7, and Aaron Gordon was his primary matchup today. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, not a great game, some bad decision-making, missed back-to-back free throws, and then got beat down the court, so a 4-point swing. But 36 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 0 assists, 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 0 of 2 from the free throw line, a plus 5. The Nuggets starters were a plus 9, plus 20 for Porter, plus 14 for Jokic, plus 5 for Pope, plus 15 for Gordon. Off the bench, Bruce Brown, really good game, 21 minutes, 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 1 steal, plus 1. Jeff Green, 4 points and 1 rebound, 2 of 3 from the field, minus 8. Christian Brown, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 0 of 1 from the field, minus 1. The Nuggets also, they only had 10 turnovers. The Heat only had 8. The Nuggets had 29 assists to the Heat 26. The Nuggets had 45 rebounds to the Heat's 43, but they lost offensive rebounding battle 6-11. Nuggets had 4 blocks to the Heat's 4, 4 steals to the Heat's 5. The Heat had 15 personal fouls to the Nuggets 8. They did a great job of not fouling. You can tell they were coached to do that, especially with Jimmy Butler and the rest of those shooters. Just no point. Let them shoot a contested 2. Don't jump into them. But yeah, man, the way I feel about this game is this is them taking care of business. The Nuggets are now 9-0 at home so far in the playoffs, and they're 4-0 to start each series. And they're averaging a double-digit win in every game. The Nuggets won game 1 against the Lakers by like 5. I want to say, let me check. The Nuggets won game 1 versus the Lakers by 6, 132-26. So they won versus the Lakers by 6. So they won versus the Minnesota Timberwolves in game 1 by 29 points. I forgot it was that much. They won by 29 points, 109-80. They won game 1 versus the Suns, 127-107, so 125-107 rather. That's a plus 18. And then they won versus the Lakers by 6, and then tonight they win by 11. So 3 double-digit wins for game 1. 3 double-digit wins in game 1. Shout out to y'all for trying to help me in there too. I appreciate that. We got some super chats. Big Mike 6'7", the Heat haven't beaten the Nuggets 3 years straight. It showed tonight. Yeah, they have not beaten the Nuggets. The Heat haven't beaten the Nuggets in Denver since 2016 when Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray were coming off of the bench for the Nuggets. They haven't won in Denver in 7 years, almost 6.5 years, basically. And the Nuggets are 7-0 in their last 7 games for the Heat, I believe. So, absolutely, they were excellent. Jacob Hill, shout out for the super chat. Ball don't lie. Yeah, that's facts. Man, the ball went in for their best players at Denver Nuggets, and they were excellent tonight. And then we got Paul Severance. 1 down, Swipa gang. Heard for the first time about Uncle Jeff's open heart surgery in 2013. Love that man. Yeah, his career was on the line. His life was on the line. Got the surgery. They didn't think he'd play basketball again. And here he is 10 years later, potentially if they win 3 more games, on the verge of winning his first NBA Finals. So, yeah, that's a really great story from Jeff Green, y'all. The big thing, man, big takeaway from this game is that the Nuggets they just showed they have a level that they can reach that I would just say that nobody else in the playoffs has reached so far. Nikola Jokic, 27, 14, and 10 in your first playoff game, finals game. Jamal Murray, 26, 6, and 10 for Jamal Murray tonight. Let me make sure I got that right. Yep. 26, 6, and 10 for Murray on 11 and 22. Your first finals game. Porter, 14 and 13. Like, they're just big-time players, man. And I think the funny thing is people were worried about, like, how they would feel, like, the nerve. But, like, the Nuggets are just built that way. So the Heat are going to come out with a better punch, but you better believe the Nuggets are. I think it's going to be a higher-scoring game next game. We'll have another video next couple of days, obviously, because, we got 2 days before the next game on Sunday. But, man, just an incredible way to start the series, incredible way to start the NBA Finals, y'all. So, Swipa gang, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. 1 down, 3 to go. NBA Finals, first time in Denver Nuggets history. We'll see what happens, y'all. Swipa gang. Hey, I'll see y'all on the other side. We out.